Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Reynaldi Agustiawan. Today I read The Boy and the King and People of the Trins ASHAB UKHDUD. Suhaib ibn Sinan reported that the Messenger of Allah told, "There lived a king Yusuf the Nuwas before you in Yemen, and he lived about 70 years before the birth of Messenger of Allah Fibuweha, and they had a magician. As the magician grew old, he said to the king, I have become old and my time is nearly over. So send me a boy who I can teach magic. So he sent him a boy, Abdullah ibn Tamir, and the magician taught him magic. On his way to the magician, the young man found a monk sitting there and listened to this talk and was impressed by it. It became his habit that on his way to the magician, he met to the monk sat there, so he was let in. Coming to the magician who beat him because of the delay. The young boy made a complaint about it to the monk, so the monk said, when you feel afraid of the magician, say, my people kept my bash. And when you feel afraid of your family, say to them, the magician kept me bashi. It once happened that there came a hawk beast. I blocked the way of the people. The young boy said, I shall find out today whether the magician or the monk is correct and believe. He picked up a stone and said, O Allah, if the teaching of the monk are there, to you then the teaching of the magician, bring that to this animal so that the people will be able to move freely. He drove that stone towards and killed it, and the people began to move about on the feet freely. The young man then came to that monk and informed him. The monk said, my son, today you are superior to me. You first have researched states where I find that you will soon be put to the test, and in that case, don't reveal my identity. The young man began to treat, be blind, and to suffering from leprosy of vegan, to cure people of all kinds of illness. There was a courtier of the king who had become blind and heard about the boy. He came and brought a number of gifts for the boy and said, if you call me, all these things collected together, hell will be yours. He said, I myself do not curse anyone. It's Allah who curses. If you ever fight in Allah, I saw also I fear not Allah to cure you. He affirmed his faith in Allah cured him. He came to the king and said, by his sign has used before. The king said to him, who restored your age? He said, my lord. The king then asked, I did. The courtier said, no, my lord and your lord, Allah. The king said, do you have any other lord beside me? He said, yes. Your lord and my lord is Allah. Whereupon the king took hold of him and dirted him until he relieved the identity of boy. The young man was the summoned, and the king said to him, O boy, it has been confessed to me that you have become talented in your magic, that you cure the blind and the suffering from leprosy, and you do such and such thing. There you found, he said, I do not you cure anyone, it's Allah who cures. The king took hold of him and began to order him, so he relieved the identity of the monk. The monk was thus summoned, and it was said to him, "Turn back from your religion." He, wa- he however refused to do so. King ordered a saw to be brought, and he was placed in middle of his hand and it offered. Then the courtier of the king was brought, and I was said to him, "Turn back from your religion." But he refused to do so. Then the same was done with him as well. Then the young boy was brought, and he whispered to him, "Turn back from your religion." He refused to do so and was handed over to the group of the cashier. He said to them, "Take him to such and such mansion, make him climb the mansion, and when you reach its top, ask me to give his faith." But if he refused to do so, throw him down on the mansion. So they took him and made him climb the mansion. The boy prayed, "O Allah, save me from them. In any way you will." The mansion began to quake and fell down. The boy came walking back to the king. The king said to him, "What has happened to your convents?" He said, "Allah has saved me from them." He again handed him to some of his cashier and said, "Take him and carry him away in a small boat, and when you reach the middle of the ocean, ask me to give up his religion. But if he does not give his religion, throw him into water." So they took him and be afraid. "O Allah, save me for the dream what they went to do. It is what not before the boat of another were drowned with come walking back to the king." The king said to him, "What happened to your companions?" He said, "Allah has saved me from them." He also said to the king, "You can kill me until and you how to do." He asked, "What is that?" The boy said, "You shall gather people and find behind my trunk of tree. Take a trunk arrow from quill and say, 'In the name of Allah, the Lord of the world.' The shoot an arrow. If you do that, you will avail to kill me." So he did this a flashing arrow in the bow. He shot it saying, "Bismillah Rabbi," in the name of Allah, the Lord of young boy. The arrow hit the boy in the temple, and the boy placed his hand over the arrow one and did. The people promised him whenever feed the Lord of his young man. The cashier came to the king as well. "The same do you came which happened, the which you average has taken place. The fair faith is in the Lord." So had the order to teach the bulk entered to the roots and was done, and fears were keen in the them. The king said, "Whoever ever done his religion, let him go, and whoever does not, throw him in fire." The people considered, but they refused there from Allah until a woman came with her baby who should with breastfeeding. She helped hesitant about jumping into the fire. The baby speak her patient mother, "For verily, you are following the truth." Muslim and Imam Ahmad recorded. According to some reports, about more 12,000 people were in the Hajj. After that, the firefly of Sahai is fed through the city and burned and those with washing the fun of warning the Muslim. Only Yusuf dun was the king managed to run away and drove himself into the sea, or the set may have wrecked a fire. but he got drowned and did tafsir mazhari. It was Badun was in his army that Allah revealed to his manager Fibiha in Surah and Number Al-Buruj the reference in made to incident. The Holy Quran. Cursed were the people of the trains, the people of the fire, the waiters of fool. When they were set by it and were washing and when they were doing with the belief. And they had blamed them for nothing, but they believe in Allah, the Almighty, the worthy of all praise, the one belongs the kingdom of the heaven and the earth. And Allah is wins over everything. Surely, the true precision the believing man and the believing woman that the near even for the there is the torment of Jahannam, hell, and for them there is the torment of burning. In a narration of Muhammad ibn Ishaq, it is referred the dead place where boy Abdullah ibn Tamir was buried had to the bidak of some important rising during of Sayyidina Umar radhiyallahu an. It was found that dead body Abdullah ibn Tamir was unhurt, and he was sitting up. His hand was a flesh of a giant, where the rod struck him someone of people of his, and out from the place his was bleeding. When the hand placed and back infection in the bleeding stopped. There was a ring his finger with the inscription Allahu Rabbi, Allah is my Lord. The governor of Yemen informed Sayyidina Umar radhiyallahu an about this and word back and reply cover body back is what with and finger ring. Tafsir Ibn Kathir. Thank you for watching.